Hello friends, welcome back to Online Maths Up. We're gonna be solving this equation over here. So what we have is root 2, okay, and of course raised to power root x minus root 2, okay, and then power root y is equal to 60. So what are the values of x that will satisfy this problem? So this is just cool. And then the first thing I want to do is actually to rewrite this root 2 right here, and of course I can write it as 2 power 1 over 2, okay, and then all raised to power root x minus, I will also do same right here, so this is 2 power 1 over 2 all raised to power root y, and of course is equal to 60. If I use this to multiply this, what I'm going to be having is 2 power root x divided by 2 minus, doing same here, I'm going to be having 2 power root y divided by 2, and then of course it's equal to 60. So what I'm going to do next is actually to set these powers to another variable so that I will find it more convenient to solve. So I will see let root x divided by 2 be equal to a, and then root, okay, and root y divided by 2 be equal to b. And if I make that substitution, my question is now going to collapse to 2 power a minus 2 power b is equal to 60. Okay, so we have two terms here, which of course you are subtracting the first term, the second term from the first one, and the answer, the result is actually 60. Okay, so what we have from here is that 2 power a is not equal to 2 power b, because of course if they are equal, their difference is actually going to be equal to 0, but in this case the difference is 60. So the next case we are, so let me just name this I. So the next one we have is for this to be true, this 2 power a, okay, is going to be strictly greater than 2 power b for this to be actually true, okay. And if that happens, this is actually going to imply that a, since of course they have the same base, a will be strictly greater than b, okay. And of course if a is strictly greater than b, of course this will also imply that we can actually write a as b plus some k, which of course k is not going to be equal to this, it's actually going to be strictly greater than 0, okay. And if that be the case, we can go ahead to replace this a we have over here with b plus k, okay. And then coming over here, what I will be having is 2 power b plus k minus 2 power b is equal to 60, okay. And then of course you remember that if you have e power x plus y, you can actually expand these as e power x and then multiply by e power y. So this is the rule I am going to be applying over here. Minus 2 power b, which is equal to 60. This is actually going to be 2 power b, and then multiply by 2 power k minus 2 power b is equal to 60. So we can actually factorize this 2 power b right here, so that we have that what we have here is 2 power k, and then minus 1 is equal to 60. Okay, so next I'm actually going to rewrite this 60 right here, okay. So 2 power k minus 1. If I write 60 as a product of its prime factors, this is actually going to be 2 times 2, okay, times 3 times 5, okay. So which of course this is equal, so let me write this 2 power b multiplied by 2 power k minus 1. So this is actually going to be 2 power 2, and then multiply by 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, so that you can see what we have right here. We can compare the two sides of the equation, so that if we do that, 2 power b will correspond to 2 power 2 right here, which of course implies from here that b is equal to 2. Okay, and then 2 power k minus 1 will be equal to 15, which of course will imply that 2 power k is equal to 15 plus 1, and that's 16. And of course that will imply that 2 power k is equal to 2 power 4. If you cancel their base, you see that k is equal to 4. Okay, so this is the value of k, and this is the value of b. Okay, so now that we've gotten our b, we can just go ahead to get our a. Of course, our a was b plus k. Okay, and now that we've gotten these two terms, a will now be equal to 2 plus 4, and of course that will be equal to 6. But then from where we started, what we are looking for is actually x and y. So we actually set our a to be equal to root x divided by 2. Okay, so let me see, but a is equal to root x divided by 2, and then b is equal to root y divided by 2. Okay, if we start making these substitutions right here, a is equal to 6, which will be equal to root x divided by 2. And then if we do cross multiplication, 2 times 6 right here will give us 12. So root x is now equal to 12. Okay, and of course we can take the square of both sides, and if we do that, this is actually going to cancel this. And then of course we have that x is equal to 144. So this is now going to be the value of x, 144. And then on this side, what we got our b to be equal to 2. So if I put 2 right there, so what I'm going to be having is 2 is equal to root y divided by 2. And then if you use this to multiply this, we'll have that 4 is equal to root y. Okay, so if we take the square of both sides, okay, you now see that y is actually going to be giving us 16. Okay, so the two values of x and y which we've gotten are x to be equal to 144, and then y to be equal to 16. So these are the two values of x and y. And don't forget, the question we just solved is 2 power root x, okay, minus, this is root 2 rather, so minus root 2 power root y. We want to find out whether this is equal to 60. That is, if we substitute these values of x and y which we've gotten. So root 2 power root 144 minus root 2 power root 16, would that be equal to 60? And of course what we have here is root 2 power root 144 is 12, okay, and then minus root 2 root 16 here is 4. Okay, we want to find out whether this will be equal to 60, and then we can actually write this 12 right here as 2 times 6. Okay, minus, we can also write this 4 here as 2 times 2, and then will that be equal to 60? These two will cancel this, so we now have 2 power 6 minus these 2 will also cancel this square root, so we have 2 power 2. And then would that be equal to 60? Let's find out. So 2 power 4 is 64, minus 2 power 2 is 4, and obviously this is equal to 60. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, like this video, and I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Bye.